Hello YouTube, today at PowerJackRepair.org we got K55VJ or R500V Asus laptop, and I was thinking it's gonna be, it's pretty much straightforward that the jack is broken. You can see it right here. I mean, that's not how it's supposed to be. Alright, so wrong plug, by the way. This is all universal Targus power supplies that are not the right amperage voltage. This needs 6.2 amps, this is 4.9 amps. Now let's get this thing done. Here we got a crack right here. Anyways, let me take this whole thing apart without further ado. Okay. None of the screws are screwing. Nothing is unscrewing properly here. Not even this thing. So let's see if I could maybe somehow try and get it opened up. Hopefully your computer is not in the same condition as this one. Okay, alright, this will come out. And slowly, right here is the screw. Alright, now white is white, black is black, so white right here, black right there. You know what, I don't even sure if I need to disconnect all that because it seems like it's not on the motherboard, so here. Alright, let's get this thing. Another screws, loose screws all over the place. Yeah. Alright. Alrighty. Well, just in case I didn't disconnect this wiring, just in case I can always connect them back in, it's no big deal. Alright. Okay, let's flip this thing over. And there is a crack right here. And we see cracks right here as well. And it's a series. Intel 7. Alright, so what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Let's see what we got. So we got 3 wires. Alright, so 3 wires right there. Let's switch to the side. And what we need to do is get the tape out a little bit. Like that. Like that. Okay, so get this guy out. Unplug this, unplug that. This thing. Alright, so we got this thing out. And here we got the jack, which looks bad, right? I mean, obviously. It's been abused so much, I'm not sure if the cables are still intact in the back. Now we also got this thing right here. I think it's not so much the jack, I think something got shorted on the motherboard inside. Because it just doesn't seem like the jack. I mean, the jack seems to be an issue, right? Right. But I think it's been wiggled for such a long time, the wires are still attached. If the wires are still attached, I don't see why it's not working. Let me just double check to see. Alright, let me connect the 2.5 by 5 by 5.5 connector. 2.5 by 5.5. Okay, so that's the minus and minus. For some reason, minus and plus are the same thing here. Maybe, hold on. Nope, there is not that. The connection, let's say, isn't solid. Okay. So maybe those guys have pulled on the cable and the cable got disconnected on the inside, coming to the motherboard. Maybe not, I don't know. We will see in a second. Let's move this guy out of the way. Let's disconnect this wire right here. Let's 1, 2, 3. Again, we only get paid if the laptop works fine. So the goal is to make it work. Like that. Just want to see like that. If the cables are loose or not loose. Let's see. Alright. No, the cables going to the laptop are not loose, they are fine. Let's move this guy a little bit this way. And this thing a little bit that way. Let's disconnect this thing. Nope, looks good. Okay, let's see if the pluses and minuses here are working fine. Let's see, this is the minus. And this is the plus. Let's see if anything is shorting. Okay, so nearby the motherboard, nothing is shorting. I mean, nearby the jack. Here, nothing shorting either. Let's see on the other side. Nope, I mean, once I replace the jack, maybe it's gonna work. We will see in a second. Alright, so the first thing I need to put the glasses on. Second thing is I also need to find a jack like that, by the way. Or similar to this. Alright, let's see. Alright. Okay. All right. Right. Next thing right here. No, the cables are really well soldered, all right? So the problem is probably inside of the jack where it's been wiggled to the death. No, the cables are really well soldered, yeah. Yeah, everything's soldered just fine. Let's see if the cables are conducting the electricity all the way through. And this one is fine. And this one is fine as well. Alright, so yeah, the problem is with the jack inside. So I will have to desolder those cables and get a new jack and solder the new jack in place. Now I need to go downstairs, find the similar jack. So stay with me. Okay, only one fits, so I'm just gonna solder one wire through the hole. Alright, so the plus and minus should be working fine. Let's get this thing back here. Alright. Okay, so we got an issue here as well. Basically right here and right there. Let's see if the jack has enough space to sit properly. I'm not sure if that's up or that's up. Maybe like that. Yeah, maybe like that. Okay. So for it to sit properly like that, I need to make sure it's not making contact with the rear pin, because it's shorting right there. For sure with this thing right here. Okay, so we need to do something about the hinges because that's not the way how it's supposed to be. But first I need to screw down the motherboard in place so it wouldn't be wobbling the way it's wobbling right now. Alright, so here. Okay. No, there is nothing to solder, I mean nothing to... Okay. Good job. Why is there nothing to... I was thinking it had the... Alright, so since there is nothing really to keep this thing down, we need to unscrew this guy. Right here. Alright. You see the conditions I have to work with? Alright, so here we're gonna do 1, 2 and 3 right there. So we're gonna this whole thing should hold everything down. Now this hinge is fine, that hinge is not fine right there. This hinge seems to be reasonably fine. Let's see if I could. Alright, so this thing holds. Yeah, that thing holds just fine. I don't need to experiment anything here on this end. And let me get that other screw back in here. Let's see. Yeah, that one will be just fine. Okay. Alright, this should be good. So the right hinge is fine, we need to work on the left hinge. And the problem with the left hinge, I'm not sure if it should be under the heatsink right here. It should be under the heatsink, yeah, definitely. Alright, so I need to remove the board first. Definitely, yeah, for sure. So removing the board. Alright. Just connecting this thing. Kind of set it to the side like that. And I wonder what's the best course of action. Ah, shoot. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Now we got two screws right there, right? And I'm not sure if any one of those screws is holding anything down. None of them are holding anything down because you see right here, none of them are here. None of them are present. So the thing to do is to put some tape right here. That's not the solution, obviously. One thing. All right. Another thing to do is cut this guy out. All right. So it will be sitting there much better. Okay. And I wonder if that's the way how it's going to be guided with the wires, or should I guide them a little bit higher like that? Yeah. Okay. Now let's see if we have any screws left here. All right, so this is a good match right here. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can. All right. Okay, good job. So what I'm doing is right here, I'm putting it on a nut. So it would be holding down the whole hinge area from here to upwards, all right? And do we have any other? Yeah, we have another nut right here, but we don't have a fat screw like that to hold everything down. So what we need to do is we need to come up right here and see if you're going to be able to find a fat screw which is long enough to hold this thing down. So I just need a nut from this thing. I don't need the whole broken plastic. All right. Okay, good job. So for the most part, I guess I'm fixing the hinges here, not so much the jack. But hey, whatever to make the client happy and making sure everything works. I mean, it's no big deal for me to go above and beyond the Call of Duty. Oh, that would be extremely long screw. Alright, never mind. So let me find a shorter screw than this. Oh, there is nothing to... Yeah, that's not the right way to do things. Let's see, maybe we can put this guy right here like that. And put the nut in there. Nope. Nope. This is not gonna work. Because the whole plastic basically not there. Unless I find something with huge head, similar length but huge head. How big is it? Yeah. Which is nope. Alright, so what I did was I put a nut, a screw right there. Here. A nut, a screw, another nut right there, and this thing is sticking out now. But there's a nut, long nut inside, right here. And I'm gonna put some hot glue in there, and it's gonna be a lot more sturdy, so it's gonna keep the rigidity to the way how it's supposed to be. So it should be fine once I'm done with it. I'm sure about it. Let me get this jack in place now. Alright. Like that, I think. And let's switch to... Alright, like that. I had to find some screws right here so that more stuff would be holding this whole thing together, and I need to find another screw right there. Okay, good job. Alrighty. Now, before I'm gonna finish it up, I need to test to see if it's gonna work. And the way to test it, I need to bring my power supply someplace. So, hold on. And we get a picture. Alright guys, so thanks so much for watching. By the way, the battery is out. And yeah, it should work fine. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.